Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, ancient abandoned tomato canning factory. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
What's going on?
Oh, not a lot. It's morning recording time, ladies and gentlemen. It's very exciting stuff.
We are changing it up.
I know, I like it. It's kind of crazy.
Okay.
Kind of weird. I still have coffee. I can see a light outside my window. Bizarre.
See, How
are you, morning man?
I have gone with the opposite effect. I have shut my blinds. I have turned on a lamp to recreate the evening atmosphere.
Okay.
So I'm in the mood for.
That's okay. I always turn on my overhead light when we record, just because, like, I don't really know why I do this, but partially it helps me to actually see when I'm referencing the book. Which I have placed just out of reach. That's cool. Anyway, and like it helps me stay awake normally.
Yes. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I'm recreating. I'm cocooned. But I do have coffee. And I have been.
Yeah, but you always do. So
that is fair. That's fair. You know what? Actually, I have limited. I've been really good, and then I say that, and I'm like, ugh. Except on Wednesday of this week, where it was. But other than that,
listen, it's okay.
Oh
man.
Big news this week. We moved our chicken coop to a new location in our yard. So we are now on coop rotation.
Coop rotation.
Yes.
Calling on a completely unrelated note. Clarksons Farm Season 5 is out.
Okay.
Just in case you didn't know.
Okay. We are traveling next weekend for.
Oh no, it'll be there for you.
I know. No. I need to download it to watch it when I'm on the plane.
Okay. Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Because they did the thing where it's like the first 4 released already, and then I think next week the rest of it's going to release. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good times. Good times.
Okay.
Where are you going next week? To where are you traveling?
To where, Brandon?
Look at that. Not ending my sentence in a preposition. There you go. There you go, Mr. Himes. You're welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. That's my favorite joke. When somebody says, "Where is it?" I say, "A place." It's at a place that doesn't end in prepositions. That's nobody laughs at that. But
it's okay.
No, we are traveling to a business retreat thingy in North Carolina. For
P. Pablo, here you come. What's up?
Yes, just like P.D. Pablo,
yeah.
I'm traveling.
There you go. Deep cut, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
that's what you're here for.
Wow, a name I have not heard in a very long time. He was an interesting looking fella.
There you go, man.
Great. And he's still touring, and that's
of course
what I
he
love
is.
about it.
Yeah,
as we've discussed, because they can just tour forever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's great. Okay. No, not like P.D. Pablo. But no, we're going, and I had to remind myself where this is located because I couldn't remember. I was like, I know I fly into an airport.
I know I fly. What in the John Paul Sartre is that? What is?
I know. I think this should tell you just how little attention I've been able to pay to future things in my life. Where I am airport I'm flying into. I have no idea. I know where I fly out of.
Hey, that's good. As long as you know where you're leaving from, you can't get lost because the plane's just going to go where it's going to go. You know what I mean? So
and then I have to just figure it out from there. So we
so
are
it's
flying.
really okay.
Yeah, that's how the planes work.
Yeah.
I am flying into Charlotte Douglas International Airport, which I want you to know only gets 3.9 stars out of 45,000 Google reviews. Yes. And then I am renting a car and driving with Megan 45 minutes north to Statesville, North Carolina. To go be there for many days, and then we will come back. Yeah, and then
probably similar, obstinately the same direction, right? We're gonna
yes,
get
yes, yep. And then I we had kind of just booked that trip. I'm not gonna lie. That trip is coming up next week. I booked those things at the beginning of May because I forgot. So cutting it close.
You're gonna get there. It's okay.
And then I remembered. In August I am also traveling to other conference that I have not scheduled or booked or done anything for. So I don't even have accommodations for that. So in one night I'm like, I booked the. What did I do? Oh yeah, I know. I booked this other conference, which organizers. Let me just speak to conference organizers. I know you, especially state level organizations. I know you love your state year round, and I know you think that everyone else will also love your state year round.
As a resident of Missouri, I can say that is. I do not expect anybody to love Missouri.
No. But people are just so passionate about their state. They're like, oh, there's pros and cons to every season. Brandon, let me tell you, there is one season. Okay. If you are in Florida, hypothetically.
Oh, yes, hypothetically, of course.
August is not my first choice to have.
Absolutely not.
To have a conference.
No.
In anywhere in Florida, August should just be why are you even out. Why are you even thinking about this? That doesn't make any sense. Stop it. So yeah, I am indeed hypothetically traveling to Florida in August, and I am like,
now, I don't know. Is this because like peak tourism for Florida is like December to April? And so we're scheduling conferences for off season. I mean, I know a lot of people go in the summer too.
Yeah.
But usually by like August, September, I would feel like it would be the dip, right? Like August, September, kind of October, and then it kind of ramps back up the end of November to April.
Sure.
Would be the other big like tourism spike. So I know people go in the summer, but like maybe they're doing it in August because it's more of an off-season time, and they can get more like they can actually get conference space.
Sure.
Because the hotels are booked out with like tourism-y stuff.
That would make sense.
That does not make it better.
No.
Because it's going to be like 1,000 degrees and potentially hurricane-y, depending on where you are.
Plus or minus some hurricanes, which is always fun.
Yeah. So that's a problem.
Not looking forward to that part. Yeah. And then... Yeah, so I'm just deciding how much I'm going to pre-melt so that there's not as much melting that has to happen while I'm on there. And then that's August, and then in September, and then October, I realized I has another conference that I have to go to.
No way!
And at least for that, I have a hotel. I have a hotel for October. I don't have
a way to get to that hotel.
I do have a car that I have rented.
Okay.
I don't have the travel yet.
The plane. You don't have the plane to the car that you've rented.
To the car. Yeah, that is the one missing piece. But I was just like, I need. Wow, I am really. So I do have a reminder set in mid-July to go
to be like, yo,
hey, remember
book some
this?
Stuff.
Yeah, book this. Yeah, you do. This is exactly
book them, Dano. That's what you're gonna write.
Exactly what I have done, so that I do not. So anyway, yes. So this is what that has been. That was my week. Is realizing that moving the chickens around. And I did give a talk so Fear Free is a organization that does training and certification for people and businesses for how they like act and respond to animals, kind of thing.
Okay.
And they started in the veterinary field, and we're like, how can we make sure that dogs and cats are not stressed or anxious inside a vet clinic? And they change a lot of things, like
Okay, I like this plan.
soundproofing, like not soundproofing, but like sound deadening the rooms, having soft, grippy surfaces instead of having sliding
like
around
hard,
everywhere.
slick. Yeah.
Right. There's
So they don't do the
trade-offs.
like Scooby Doo thing when they're on the table, like right.
There's trade-offs because those are harder to clean.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So we have to understand that. However, like there's things that we can do. So that's where they started, and then they moved into like the training. They trying to do some boarding things, and then the pet sitter dog walker was this very like after the fact, like also and.
Right. Not also and. That's not
well,
good.
I got it and was certified, and I was like, oh, well, this wasn't. Oh, this is just what we do. Like, this isn't anything novel or interesting.
Nothing revolutionary.
But also it's very out of date, or not out of date. It's not workable for many things. For example, their version of a dog walker and pet sitter is you are the dog walker or pet sitter, and you have all of the time in the world, and you are the one doing everything, and you have control of that stuff. And I'm going, but no, because my team has 30 minutes to be in a visit, and then we have to go like plus or minus. Like honestly, like if things were really bad, we would stay. Like don't hear me out here, but like we have tight time windows. There are multiple people coming and going from home multiple times a day because their big thing was like just chill out, take your time, give the dog a couple hours to relax. And I'm going, what?
Oh yeah, no,
that's not what I do.
That's not.
I'm not house sitting. I'm not staying overnight in someone's home.
Yeah.
How do we work with fear, anxiety, and stress in a dog or cat when I am there for 30 minutes and gone?
I mean, that's also not viable for like a veterinarian.
Yes, I know.
Right? Like if you're coming in to get your dogs to get like vaccinations, right? This is not like you don't have many hours to just sort of sit near a dog.
Right.
So we have to figure out how to speed up this process. What are the actions that you take?
Yeah.
And that you can do to make this process a smoother thing. Look at that. See? I know it's arm what's up.
Yeah.
I'm picking up a down.
Yeah. So I have gone back and forth. I've been able to interview people from Fear Free about this, and they do not have the mental model for what the industry actually looks like, what the actual stressors and stuff are. And so I had told them, like,
Collin, this is where Collin says, like, I have written a manual, and
I have things to say. Pretty much. And anyway, so they reached out and they're like, hey, why don't you give a presentation on dealing with high FAS, fear, anxiety, and stress in dogs? Yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. I got it. So that's what we did. I did that, and I hope that that goes well. It was very good to talk and present. Unfortunately, a lot of it's like anyway, I'll send the recording. But the biggest thing is because the biggest thing that Fear Free talks about is like control the environment, design your entryway into your clinic so that it doesn't funnel, it's open, but it has padded, and make the lights this thing and the walls are like this, and this is how the doorway. And I'm going.
That's fine if you're building something like from scratch, but like if you have an establishment already and you're just trying to be more accommodating, you can't do that.
Or I don't know if I'm going into 40 different homes today.
Right? Oh yeah.
No homeowner has ever called me and said, I'm redoing my flooring. What's going to make it less stressful for my dog?
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Like
nobody asked me for what hue to make the lights. Right? Like I don't get these options. I have to work with an environment that I don't control and that I'm not in all the time. And so that was kind of the lead in of like I showed the picture of this dog who was cowering underneath a chair all the way back. And it's like, give the dog its medication. Go ahead, take it for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
goodbye.
Here you go. So anyway, so that was fun. I get to that. Of course, I was a little stressed out, but it's all good. And I've been doing lots of visits. But anyway. Anyway, your week going well?
Pretty good. We went on a bit of adventure yesterday, right? Like, for some reason, I don't even really know how. I'm probably going to get corrected for the next room here just in a minute, so just be ready for that. But like, somehow it came to pass that Susan decided that she wanted to go just like driving around in the middle of nowhere, right? And take her mother and her husband, right? So this is what happened yesterday. The Sunday drive on a Thursday, right? Okay. And so we're driving, like, the goal here. We were looking for something in particular. Okay, and so no, there was no Wookalars that I saw.
That's how they get you.
I know. But because he has like extensive knowledge of like county history, because of like he's lived here his whole life and they're like 90 years old, and he also used to be he used to work at the telephone company and like lay telephone lines and like do all that stuff, so like he knows like literally every single corner of all these places, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what he used to do, like back in the day, was a telephone guy. And so he's been everywhere, and he was like talking like, oh yeah, I had to run this cable, I dug this cable across, blah blah, and it's like in the middle of nowhere, and it's just insanity. But we discovered, right, we were on a mission and we discovered the location of an ancient abandoned tomato canning factory.
What?
Yes. And it's literally, I don't know why they put it here. I mean, it's kind of by a river, I guess, so that kind of makes sense. But like, apparently in this county, in like between like 1900 and like this one that we saw closed down in mid 1950s, tomato canning was a huge industry, and there was like multiple canning factories all over the place, right? Like the little tiny town that I work in had like one, and then like a little tiny town that like nothing is there now had like two.
That's insane.
Yes. So like in the Depression era, like canning was a big industry here, and there were like dozens of these canning factories.
Sure.
And there's one that's like, we're driving down. I mean, we're in like the hollers, right? Like this is where we're at. Okay. Like,
gotcha. Yeah.
We're way down in the middle of nowhere. And you go around this little bend. There's like a random house over here, like old, like kind of rundowny looking house. And then you go around this bend, and just kind of right off the road in the woods is just building foundations and like walls and like bits of machinery like poking out of things.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like the most overgrown, derelict thing in the world. But it was apparently once home to a massive tomato canning operation.
Wild.
Yeah. Absolutely wild. And so then Susan went down a big rabbit hole last night and discovered, like, she was trying to find a picture of this place, and there's pictures of like literally every single other one in the county except for that one.
Except that one.
And she's very distressed. Okay.
Oh, the secret cannon.
Yeah. And it's like the only one that's like still visible, I guess. It's literally, they just like walked away from it and just left it. And it's just in a field near some cows now, in a wood. Right. There's like a copse of trees with a canning factory.
That's crazy.
And it's wild. It's way out of the middle of nowhere. Right. Like, it's crazy. There were she is listening. She sent me, thank you, research assistant. She sent me this screenshot. There were 16 canning factories.
How?
Right. 16 during the 1930s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In 1937, an estimated 2,000 acres of tomatoes were harvested in this county.
In just the county?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was some sort of like big thing started in around this, according to this thing here that she has sent me. There is, from a local newspaper. Go citing, bang. Started in 1903. Right, one of the factories in the little teeny town that I work in, that's like nothing is there now. They had a factory that was capable of producing 10,000 cans per day.
Okay.
In 1903.
Wow.
What?
Crazy. What in the world?
There was also apparently a strike because the workers felt that 2 cents per bucket of peeled tomatoes was insufficient. And they demanded 3 cents per bucket. Bang.
Okay.
Bang. That's
wild.
A good peeler could peel 25 buckets a day.
Okay.
Hold on. What? Oh, the women went on strike because they weren't getting paid enough.
Oh, okay. So 25 buckets. So they're making 3 cents a bucket. So what? 75 cents?
Yeah, that's crazy.
A day.
Yeah, but in 1903,
Yeah.
Not bad. So this operation was like it was so successful that like these farmers during the Great Depression were getting like $50 an acre for all their tomatoes. So like,
wow,
that's crazy, right? That
is
that's nuts. So it's so weird that like way down in this random holler, we went to all the hollers. Let me tell you. Also, apparently, one of the roads we were driving on, Susan's mom's husband was just like, "Oh yeah, this is the old stagecoach route."
Whoa,
from Arkansas. I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Well, okay.
And it's the old like it's called the Butterfield Stage, right? And it's that road that we were on was part of the route. And actually, we found like we stopped on. There's no other cars anywhere. Sure. We saw 3 cars. We drove around for 2 hours. Okay, that's where we are. There's a like off. He's like around here somewhere. There is a spring, and it's the spring where they used to stop the stage and water the horses, and people would get out and like take a break. And we found it. It's just like right there on the side of the road. Really? There's this big pond that is definitely a spring.
That's a spring. That's so cool.
That's crazy. So we're apparently driving on a stagecoach route yesterday for part of it. So yeah.
Okay.
There you go. This is what I did yesterday. Drive all around in the middle of absolute nowhere. Like actually nowhere.
For some cool history.
There is, but it's hidden
in a wood. Yeah.
And there's all these people down there. It's really weird too, because there's like a bunch of people, like there's several people building houses down there. And the whole time Susan's mom was like, why? Because there is nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Some of these roads and driveways, these are like, if there is any snow, you're not leaving your house ever. Like, nobody's plowing this road, man. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really know what these people do when it snows like a foot, because they're not going nowhere.
Well, hopefully they
for
have
a long time.
A big pantry. Wow.
Yeah, right. Like,
for those interested, by the way, 75 cents in 1903 is equivalent to about $28 today.
That's pretty dang.
So
wow.
That's still not a lot for today, but that is thanks to.
It's definitely not insubstantial in 1903, though.
yeah. Considering how everything else was, but yes, that is thanks to a 3,684% in inflation rate over the last 123 years.
Jeez, bro, so, holy cow!
There you go. Anyway, that's cool. I'm glad you got to go do that. That kind of stuff's always fun to find hidden history in those.
Yeah,
ways.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
So there you go. Speaking of nuts, Colin,
Wow.
let's talk about Ender. Holy.
We continue. This continues to be I don't know.
Yeah. I don't either. Cool. So I need to clarify my headspace from last week. I was quite negative last week. All right.
Oh, okay.
And I just about the writing in general.
Sure.
I need you to know that before I started this, I was reading, right? I had some books that I was trying to finish before I started reading other things.
Oh,
and
okay.
I did finish Crime and Punishment, and I was reading some Tolkien.
All
right.
That'll...
So when I went from reading Dostoevsky or anything, but I was reading some Dostoevsky and some Tolkien, and then I read this, and the drop off is hard.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Right? Like this is why one of the reasons I was so negative. I was like, yo, what is this? Now I'm not much more positive this week. I'm not gonna lie. Because one of these chapters, like, oh my god, what the heck? This is insane. All right, so I have some thoughts, but that is where I was coming from.
Sure.
Just like mentally. So I went to we need also like a fart counter, because this word appears in this book. This is the most I've ever read the word fart. All right. I know this is like a young person's novel, but like and it was written in the 80s. Okay, so like I get it. Fart humor was still funny in the 80s.
Hilarious.
Right?
Some might say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also because I'm a 6th grade teacher and I just can't be bothered with
Yeah, you
right?
You may hear this a lot.
So they don't talk like this even in 6th grade. They just like, and so that's the other part of like, oh my gosh, where am I? Right now, like this book has been weird because like we are getting some. There's a start here when we started what, chapter 4? That's not chapter 4. This one is chapter 4. Like we are getting the like I don't really know like what he's trying to say, like if he's saying this is a good thing or if he's saying this is a necessary thing, but we are getting a like commentary on how the military treats people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like because this is also like a military science fiction, like we are getting commentary on how the military complex itself functions, right? Because you're talking about like breaking people down, getting them to think a certain way, getting them to, I know these are officers, so it's not so much like follow orders, but it's like trying to frame their thinking, right? Which in the context of what we've been laid out so far, I find weird a little bit, because we're searching for a way to beat an invading army. All right. Mm-hmm. And so we're searching for the next like chosen one, okay, who has the ability to beat them. Okay, but we're also trying to frame the way that they think and problem solve. And the people that are doing the framing are people that don't know how to win the war.
Yes.
Right? So that's weird to me. Like you want innovation, but you're using all of the methods that don't work.
Well, so this flash forward here a little bit, just heads up. I felt as though there's a little insight into that later when he's playing the game against the older boys about how he picks up on those patterns and starts doing different things. So I think part of it is they may be looking for people who
can break out of the structure, maybe.
Or do the unexpected. And I think that's really what they're trying to do with this. But
I mean, I think you're right, but
it's weird. You're right.
It is weird, right? And this is sort of the problem with like kind of what you were talking about earlier with the pet health thing, right? Like
Yeah.
it's similar to that problem in that like all of the people that are trying to solve the problem are only working within the framework that caused the problem to begin
Sure.
with, right? So like I don't know, but like that's kind of what's happening here. Like we're yeah. So anyway, we're doing in chapter 4. We're in the thing here. We've just gotten to or launching, right? That's what we're
Launching.
at. We're
Yes.
launching. So we're getting on the shuttle. We're going to space base, battle school, whatever. And we're and like we got all the kids in the thing, and then like there we have the like nothing has changed because there's still this one kid who's like a jerk and he's like picking on everybody, right? The new Stilton, the other kid, like he's
Yeah.
causing problems.
Well, and already on the way in, Ender notices that he's not laughing like the other kids. He's not like he's still acting different, very different, and not like any of the others that are coming in because he's not finding the same things funny or any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, he's also observing his surroundings more. He's like realizing like, oh, like he's realizing like that this shuttle is built for like no gravity. So like
Yeah.
he's like as he's doing a thing, he's like climbing up the ladder, but now he's able to think in like different he's like we're getting insight into how he thinks about space, like three-dimensional space, because he's like, oh, right now this is the wall, but like this could also be the floor. Like if there's no gravity and like the way that the seats and stuff are, he's like now it's like we're sitting on the wall, but if it rotated around, this could be the floor and that could be the wall. Like he's thinking about things moving in three-dimensional space, which like once it does get up into orbit and they are kind of like free, the other kids have a hard time like orienting themselves in the environment, and he's just like, yeah, it's fine, whatever, I don't care, it's fine. So he doesn't have that problem because he was already thinking about the shaping and the moving of the environment before the environment moved. So he has some like foresight. We're getting his, we are getting into his ability to like think about things before they happen, right? Like to, I guess that's kind of the way that he's. I don't know how else to describe that, but that's kind of what's going on here. But then we have an incident on the bus. It's really a bus. It's called a shuttle, but it's a bus, right?
Bus,
So
yes.
like the kid whose name I can't even remember now is like whacking kids in the head. This is classic school bus behavior. Uh Again, this is how you know this book was written in the 80s, because there's somebody on the bus just like smacking kids in the head and being an idiot. So I remember this from writing school. And so as Ender gets all grumpy about it, he like grabs the kid's arm and just like yanks him down, right? But because there's no gravity, when he yanks him down, the other kid goes like flying up out of the seat because he took his belt off to reach other kids to whack them in the head. And so he grabs him and like whips him out of the seat. And he goes like he does not anticipate the how much force that he put on this kid and what it did to him that really surprises him. He's like, what's going on?
Yes. Yep, because he's like, well, it's both a like he has a maneuver, but then he's also surprised by the outcome of that too.
Yeah,
right.
He's like, I'm just gonna yank his arm, but then the other guy's like, he like flies up out of the seat and breaks his arm because he crashes into something, right? Because he has all of that momentum gets transferred into him. He gets pushed through the no gravity air quotes, and then like smacks into something and breaks his arm.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, oh my gosh, man.
Yep. They all kind of get really silent. And then Graf comes in.
Yeah.
And this was an interesting aspect of how much does Graf really believe this? Because he like it's weird because he leans into this and he points out like Ender's the best, it betters all of you. He's figuring this out. Blah 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 blah. None of you are going to make it. Like he intentionally pits him against it, and I don't know how much he's believing that, or if he's just like, well, I need to put pressure to figure out if this is really the guy, so that we can move on to the next one. If not,
that's what. Yeah, and I don't know if that. Yes, like you said, it's hard to know if this is part of his training to see how Ender will take the situation, because like he knows full well what he's doing, right? Like,
Yeah.
but also like, is he just is this part of the tests, or is he actually? That could be both, also potentially, right? Because we know from some other insights before that they do think that he is like he's a specialist boy,
Yeah.
but like, so I think it's a little both. Like he does believe it, and I think he does have some conviction in this, but he's also saying like, oh hey, this is part of the test too, to see how you respond, because now I know all the other kids will be against you because I've expressed that you are my favorite. So
Yes.
obviously that's how it works. So that's what
it's the gaming, and we'll get more into the meta gaming, so as it is
yeah,
that we'll come into here shortly, but this is all that this is.
yeah. And he even says like, whenever he's like, yeah, but I thought you were my friend. He's like, no, I can't be your friend. That's not how it works. He's like, my job is to, and then we get more like weird things about Napoleon and Alexander. He's like, we need the next Napoleon Alexander, except for not them, because they all
and we need more suck. Caesar, except
yeah, but not him.
You know, that
like
guy. Basically, I
don't really understand this paragraph. Like he's like, I need a person like Napoleon Alexander, except they all lost and died. But we also need a Caesar, except for he died too.
And
but
was a dictator before he did it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I need.
So he also like he's trying to make it comes across as he's trying to make an analogy about the quote unquote great men of history, but like he doesn't actually know what he needs for his current predicament.
That's true. They don't know, because
yeah.
we later learned through a discussion about between some of the people, he doesn't really know. They don't really know even the army or the forces that they're up against. They don't know how many. They don't know what kind of their technology is. They don't know the number of ships. They don't know any of that stuff. And so they're just kind of, we just need the best, quote unquote.
Yeah. Which leads me into an important question. Like, why don't you know these things? Like, what? I don't understand the framework partially that this is occurring in, because like, how do you not know about them? Like, is what happened that you're just like chilling on Earth, minding your own business, some random space force like zipped in, like warp drived in, like attacked you, you beat them, and then they left, and you're just like assuming they're coming back? Is there like ongoing skirmishes happening at a galactic level? Like, what is happening outside of the school that you don't have any idea about? The enemy force, which is weird. Like, how do you even know they're coming back? Like, what is going on around here? Like, we all know that espionage is a big important part of military operations, and so you're telling me there's no space spies? Okay, there's none, right? Like, what is going on here? What get guys, I think I found your problem. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, you should be doing more here.
Where's the space CIA? That's like what.
Yeah. busy overthrowing our own government. It's fine.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, they're in Iran. Anyway, oh no. So yeah. Anyway, that's this chapter, right? We kind of get in. We get this. We get this weird thing about, like, right at the end, he's talking about. This part's weird too, where he's like, humans need to be free, except when humanity needs them. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, what? Like, you're a tool. That's all you are. Kind of, sort of, except you're not, but you are. Like, sure. Again.
Well, and then this starts the something, a triplicate that we encounter a couple times, where somebody looks at Ender and they ask, "Do you understand any of this?" And then Ender like either doesn't respond or says yes, and to which the other person says, "No, of course you don't. There's no way you can understand." And then they continue to talk. I'm like,
and then he understands.
And then he actually does understand. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? I understand he's, again,
or he interprets it to the best of his ability.
Yes.
Right. That's kind of, I don't think he always understands, but he like interprets it in a way that makes sense to him. And so he's like, yeah,
for sure,
I understand it. the best that I can understand it
in the context of what I have now and my past experiences.
Yeah. So we're getting in there. We're like doing. So they arrived at the thing, and then we have chapter 5, which is a very long chapter. It's entitled Games, but I'm going to call this Casual Racism, the chapter, right? That's what we're going to call this chapter here.
It's so
comes out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
Holy, right?
What even is this?
I don't know. I didn't like this, right? Like, holy cow. Like, there's all right. So first of all, we're in the room, right? The bunkhouse room, which this was described in a very confusing manner, right? Like, I don't think I have a good grasp on what this room looks like because they're all in there in bunk beds, but then also there's like cabinets and lockers and like closets that have desks in them, and so, like, I don't.
There's pop out things that are only tied to your voice and hands or something. Like
Also, very inefficiently when you open one. Well, maybe this was just the first time, but like when he opened the lock, like everything he had opened, and I was like, that's not useful. There's like 5 doors open. He's like put his hand on the scanner, says the password, and then like the locker, the foot locker, the closet, the thing, they all open. You're like, wait, that's not cool. Can we?
Yeah.
But maybe that was just the first time, so he knew where his stuff was. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for that one. But so he's like setting up, he's getting in here. We have like a weird situation where it's like jail almost with like the bunk situation, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be here, and he like is the last one in the room, so he gets the weird bunk by the door, but everybody thinks that it's the worst bunk in the whole world.
But joke's on them.
Yeah. He's like, well, later we figured that out too, but he is also like, he doesn't know at first. He's like, hey, thanks for saving. This is what I wanted, guys. Thanks a lot. They're so kind of you to like take the sting out of there.
Yes. Yeah. He plays it off like, yeah, okay, cool, thanks. But then we later get what's his name? Dap.
Oh yeah, the room mother.
The room mother, which is also
he's like the prefect.
Yes, he's the
like
prefect.
Harry Potter, right? Like
and he comes in, he's like, well, we usually put the squadron leader down in the bottom bunk by the door, but it's already taken and we can't reprogram these. So it's like, oh, that was actually a place of honor and status, I guess. Weirdly, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. So we get some introductions. They're kind of wandering around. We learn that there's like if you get lost, you can say like your squad's code thing, and like the lights will take you to where they're supposed to go. Right? We kind of get a layout of the station. They're like going around. They're looking at stuff. Apparently, there's some of the games happening here that we're watching. He's trying to figure out like who's what team and all this stuff, right? And then we get this weird like interaction in the cafeteria, right? And Ender's sitting over by himself, eating, and this random kid comes up to him. It's like an older kid, right? And he sits down, and he's sort of talking to him, just kind of like, hey, look, here's what's up. He's kind of just lays out what the school's like to him a little bit. And he's like, you gotta, really do this. And like, if you're gonna be the leader, you gotta do something. You can't be sitting over here by yourself. And he's like, I would know. He's like, because I'm not made to be a leader. Look at me. We get here some weird like bodyism. I don't really know what's happening. He's like, I'm just a big strong guy. I could never be a leader. Like it's like some sort of like Dungeons and Dragons situation where like the barbarian can't be smart, right?
Because
That's
you're
what
big.
He's saying.
Yeah.
He's like, you're big and strong, so you obviously can't also be smart. That's what he's saying about himself. He's like, I'm just a big strong guy, so I'm gonna ice out, which is just washing out, right? And just go to soldier school because there's no way I could lead because I'm like this, which is odd, right? We have some like very clear stereotyping here of like, if you're big and burly, you are dumb.
Obviously,
that's what we're putting here. So that's what's happening.
Yep.
right? We have this classic stereotype. If you're smart, you're gonna be like skinny and frail. But if you're big and burly, you're dumb. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So here we go.
Obviously.
Racism part 1 almost. We're leading up. We're leading up here. We've got
it gets so much better.
Oh yeah. It's at stage 1. Okay. Stage 1 here. Just like stereotyping. Okay. Stereotyping.
Yeah,
all right.
we're
So
cool.
like
we're cool with stereotyping here.
Yeah. It's totally normal, right? So there we go. We've got that. And then he like goes back to his room and he like cries again. But then by the time the room mother comes around, he's like not crying anymore.
Well, and what
does he does multiplication and that calms him down.
Well, and he thanks his brother for being so mean to him for all that time. So
that he can cry silently.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother, so that I won't have to cry here. Cool.
Yeah, I'm done crying now.
Yeah, I finished.
Boom. Okay. So then we have part 2 here where we go and we have some school stuff. All right. And then he's watching. This is where we get more of that, like he's figuring out things, right? So he's watching them play the game. Right.
Yes.
The older boys. He's watching them do something, right?
Well, because he got bored with watching the little kids play.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, he goes watch the older ones.
Yeah, and so they're like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm just watching, whatever." He was watching them play, and then he slowly began to figure out what was going on. He like figured out the rules, right? And so he decided, like, well, if I want to improve myself and get better and showcase see if I'm actually gonna not wash out, I need to I can beat all of the little kids right now. Like,
yeah,
everybody my own age, I'm already beating them, and it's not like even hard. It's like easy. So he's like, I'm gonna challenge you, older guy. He's like, I will play you next, and they're like, you can't. He hits him with the classic too. He's like, you can't beat me. He's like, I'm not even gonna waste my time on you. And he's like, well, if it's so easy, why are you scared to play me?
Yep.
Oh, got him. Like,
yep.
Classic, right? Classic. And so the older kid agrees, and then it's some sort of like arcadey. It's like an arcade cabinet.
It's definitely an arcade thing. Yeah,
that's like that's what you're supposed to get out of this, right? Because there's controllers and like a joystick and stuff, right? And so he plays him at first, and he gets beat, and he's like, no, we said 2 out of 3. He's like, I don't even want to waste my time with you. And he's like, oh, big man like you beating somebody who's never played before. It's so impressive, man.
Right. Okay. I see how this is.
Psychology, right? That's what he's hitting them with right here. And so he plays him again, and he beats him. And he plays him the 3rd time, and he wipes the floor with this kid.
Yes.
And so naturally, stupid game. They need to be there's about time to update these things. These are totally broken, right? So that's what we
plays it off. Yep.
Plays it off, right? So he does beat the older kids at their game, right? And he's like, sweet. They're, they won't forget me now because they know. I'll give them something to remember about, right? And then we go back here. We're back in the school. We're walking around. Oh, the Bernard. He's the kid that his arm he broke, right? The jerk kid, right? We get we get some more weird stereotyping, right? Part 2, right? Where he's like, he's arrogant because he's French.
Yeah.
Yo, what?
Sounds exotic. French.
He's like, with their arrogant separatism, insisting that they don't teach standard, which I'm assuming is language. He's like, they make everybody speak French first and then learn common later, right? We don't say common because that's like a fantasy word to talk about common language. We say standard because it's sci-fi.
Yeah. Bro. See how I'm not doing the thing?
Yeah. So like, he's like, we just get some more casual French stereotyping. He's like, he's so arrogant that's probably because he's French. You're like,
Yeah,
what?
that makes sense.
What? And so he's like, he's making fun of his accent because he says words weirdly because he's French, right? So this is where we're getting the square off. We're getting the like Bernard is trying to make himself the leader. I'm going to be in charge here. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to be the big kid on campus, right? And so he like is doing the thing where Ender's walking down the hallway. He like trips him in the hallway, right? Boom. Again, classic 80s movie trope, tripping the kid in the hallway or tripping the kid with his lunch tray. Oh man. And then we're going to make fun of it and call him names because he keeps falling all over the place. Ha ha. So he calls him maladroit, right? Which means clumsy in French.
Yeah.
And so that's what Bernard calls Ender, maladroit. He's like, haha, you fall down, no zita, man. Like, this is what I'm imagining, like a comical bad French accent in this character. That's what I'm. Yeah. And so Ender decides he's going to play mind games, right? He's like making friends with another kid, this Shin kid, right? Who Bernard picks on and calls him Worm because of how his butt wiggles when he walks, which is weird. Anyway, so Ender decides he's going to be friends with that kid because now he knows that since they have a common enemy, they can be friends, right? So Ender's starting his own little group,
yeah.
right? Oh my god,
his own gang around here.
Yeah.
Which
whatever. And then we get the more desk shenanigans, right? The desks also send messages like before, and then Ender starts sending weird messages on the desk he figures out how to hack the desks again. And we're also getting some more like behind the scenes things because he's like, yo, this was so easy. They have to know that we can do this. He's like, so this has to be a thing that they expect to know us how to do because this was so easy. He's like, if I can do this, if a kid can do this, then clearly it was not designed to be safe and secure. It was designed to be broken and messed with, right? Yes. Like he's realizing that like what we're getting here is we're getting some insight into like perhaps the thing that we need it's not like physical brute strength, right? It's the psychology aspect, right?
Yeah.
It is the mind games, right? Like this is what has to happen.
Yes.
It's okay because Bernard is making fun of somebody's butt. Ender sends a message on the desks that say, cover your butt. Bernard is watching.
Dash God.
Yeah, God sent this message.
Don't forget that.
Right. And he thought that was hilarious. And then he later sends another message that says, I love your butt. Let me kiss it. Bernard. Because every message has the thing of who sent it on there so that you know who's sending the messages. And then so Ender has figured out how to break this and really do some craziness here. And like the best part about this is when Dap comes back in and he's like, what's going on? And Bernard's like screaming about Ender. And he was like, are you screaming at me? Lower your voice now. And he's like,
oh, sorry.
And he's getting all mad. He's like, yelling again? Really? That's what you're doing to me? You're going to yell at me? Junior? Like, no.
And then what I love about that then is that he goes, someone sent a message. Let me see. And he goes, oh, I know exactly who sent this. And of course, then Bernard is like, yeah, it was Ender. And he's like, no, it was you because it's got your name on it. Anyway, everyone back to your beds.
Yeah. Well, also the other one was funny. I thought it was funny too. He's like, someone yesterday sent a message that was signed God. Bernard replied, and Dap just goes, really? I didn't know he was logged into the system.
Yeah.
Like, so again, he's only there to like put out the big fires.
Yes.
Right. He's sort of like if they're doing like little stuff to like establish some sort of like hierarchy, that's what they're looking. They want them to establish their own hierarchy by themselves. Right.
Yes.
And then like leave. Right. So it's like, that's what's going on here. It's like like as long as they're not like actually like stabbing each other, I'm not really going to intervene that much. That's kind of where we are.
Yeah.
That's the level of care that we give to those people, right? And so we're getting cracks and we're getting factions, right? But Ender now at least has a friend.
Yep.
Right. And then after that, he gets like more people came and sat with him at lunch. Oh man. So now there's like a faction. Okay. So we have factions going. And then we have chapter 6, which is weird. This is like racism big time chapter. And then like the end of this chapter is so weird that I had to read over it again because I did not follow what was going on.
Well, yeah.
There's some sort of puzzle occurring, right? Like that's what's going on here.
Yeah. Well, so I actually, so we in this chapter they are now learning about spacesuits and moving in zero gravity better, I guess.
Yeah.
And this is also somehow the bridge between him and Bernard because he can put a third person in there. Aria, what was his name?
Oh yeah, Allie.
Where now he has Allie in there to be the bridge, so that Allie is now the squad leader person, and I don't know, like there was a very
So that part made sense to me a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We have the like, okay, well, instead of Ender and Bernard fighting for dominance, right? Ender has endorsed this other guy, right? That he knows Bernard is friends with. And so he knows that if this guy's in charge, Bernard won't be that upset because it's not Ender.
Yeah.
Right. And so Ender's saying like, okay, look, I can solve my problem. Like, I don't really want to be in charge that much. Like, I don't really care, but I don't want Bernard to be in charge. But I kind of like this guy. And so I'll back him and then Bernard will be okay with it. And then we can kind of get everything lined out. So that's kind of what he's done here. He has maneuvered this situation through weird floating through space and like playing with all the buttons and like they bond over like they both figure out how to operate in this room where they're floating around freely shooting lasers and they figure out what the lasers do and they realize that if you shoot the laser it freezes other people and so they just start shooting all the other people and they're like, it's not fair, we didn't know. And the dude's like, well, you've all been in here 30 minutes and they figured it out, so what do you mean you didn't know? He's like, we didn't tell them either.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
So that's kind of what's happening in this part is they're getting this like he's establishing a social order that is more conducive to him by this like power play where he's like, oh, I'll be friends with Bernard's friend, I'll kind of ally with him and then I'll push him to the top and then like both Bernard and I can support him and that way there is no more factions, there's just everybody together with this guy at the top, right? But also we do this partially just through the most like extreme racist jokes casually.
Oh yeah.
Just out of nowhere. Right? Like out of absolutely nowhere. We just dropped the hard R. Like for like how could I convey that this character is black? I know, let's call him Yo. What? Also, this distressed me slightly. Well, not slightly, a lot, but like for multiple reasons, right? Because the joke is, hey, we can't all be blah.
Yep.
And then the kid says, my grandpa would have killed you for that. To which Ender responds, well, my great great grandpa would have sold him first.
Yep.
Okay, first of all, here's why this is a problem canonically for this story. What year is this story set in?
Yeah.
If this is the far future, when did slavery end?
When? What is the timeline for this?
Yeah. What year is this book?
Look, math ain't math
is like
right now.
Space conference. Collin, I did some calculating. Our great great grandparents were not old enough for that to happen. Our great grandparents were born after the Civil War.
And we don't live in the far future.
No.
It turns out.
No, we don't. But you know what, Colin?
Hmm.
Orson Scott Card is 75 years old.
Oh, it's his. He's right.
His great grandparents are old enough for this to have occurred. Is Ender Orson Scott Card's weird self-insert character?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here?
I think so.
Is
totally.
I don't like that at all. That's gross. Right? But I just did some quick calculating and realized that our great grandparents were born in the 1880s. Right? Roundabout.
Yeah.
So it was like many years after slavery was abolished in the United States.
Yes.
And so I was just like, oh no. Oh, the ramifications of this are bad. Either this book is contemporary with when it was written, and we're just like on an alternate timeline where there's more space stuff.
Yeah.
Or slavery in the U.S. was not abolished. This is like an alternate history book where there was slavery up until like 5 seconds ago.
Very.
Like, there was just slavery until the aliens came, and they're like, "Never mind, just kidding." And then they just stopped.
All be together here.
Yeah.
Board, yeah.
And that is super sus. Also, like, I don't like the ramifications of this paragraph.
Of any of that.
In the slightest.
No.
Right? Like, I don't like it.
Wow. Well, there's be interesting to keep that kind of framing moving forward in the
it's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, this is not this. No, this is not how you do this. This is just bad. Like, yeah, I know, I understand 1985. Okay. But like, in my personal opinion, this is not okay in 1985 either. Right. Like, that's just me. Whatever. I don't care. Right. Like, like that's messed up. And now we're just going to keep that in here. We're just going to throw this in the science fiction book. We're just like, let's throw that out. Like,
it's just a story, bro. Don't worry about it.
It's not, though.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Anyway. So that is this, right?
Well, and so I do want to just briefly, like, and then I do need to jump, but like,
yeah, we can wrap up the last bit real here. Just like 2 seconds.
We do end where he's playing the giant, which apparently some other guy played, and like, you can't win, and like, it's real weird.
This is the part that I was talking about that's real weird. Like, there's something called the Giants game, which is the name of this chapter, not racism incarnate, but like, he's playing this game. He gets obsessed with this game because he can't figure out how to win, right? And the giant, it's like a series of things. You go through all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And the end is a giant. And the giant gives you 2 choices. And Ender has played this game so much that, like, no matter what choice he picks, it kills you.
Yeah.
Right? And so he's like getting really upset about this. And he becomes obsessed with trying to solve the problem. He's like, there has to be a way for you to be able to figure out which one doesn't kill you.
And get to Fairyland.
Yes, and get to Fairyland because he wants to get to Fairyland. And then he's like mad and he's like, Fairyland probably sucks. It's lame and I don't even like it. It's really dumb. And then I thought for a second he was dreaming the solution to this because it talks about he went to sleep. But it never talks about, like, so I'm just assuming that he just keeps coming back and back into this, right?
Yeah.
This is where I got slightly confused. And then he stabs the giant in the eyeball.
Well, no, he kicks over a cup, jumps on the giant, and then burrows into its eye. And then there's a bat there, and the bat's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know." And the bat goes, "Welcome to Fairyland," and flies off.
Yeah. It's
very
He kicked one over, then the other, then dodged the giant's huge hands as the giant shouted, "Cheater, cheater." He jumped on the giant's face, dug into his eyeball. The giant fell over backwards, and then that's it, right?
Well,
After he climbed out of the eyeball, he was in Fairyland, and he's like.
And then instead of going and exploring, he shuts it off, and then he's mad that was his reaction to beat the game. And so you can see how I think what this is setting up is Ender doesn't like to solve things with violence at all.
Yes.
And so he did solve it, but he's really unhappy that he had to use violence in order.
That he had to solve it that way,
yes.
Right? Because he said the closing lines here are, I hadn't meant to kill the giant, or he hadn't meant to kill the giant. This was supposed to be a game, not a choice between his own grisly death and an even worse murder.
Yeah.
I'm not a murderer, even when I play.
Yeah.
Peter would be proud of me.
Yeah. So I think what this is setting up is he's always going to choose the non-violent route, and he's going, and then he's gonna, like, the extreme violence is the last resort. Yes.
Right? Like, because we have seen that he does. He knows that, like, extreme violence can solve his problems.
Yes, he does.
But they only solve them in the immediate sense. They don't, like with the kid on the shuttle, right? He broke his arm, but like then that didn't make everything better.
No.
Right? Everything was still bad.
Yes.
It didn't. So like the extreme violent solution was not
the actual
like it was
solution.
an answer,
yes.
but it didn't solve the problem.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So that's where we head. That's our framing for moving forward.
Yeah.
So we will see. I have a haiku.
Hooray!
We will jump. My haiku. Right. Booked it yesterday. The suitcase still looks shocked too. That might be wrong. Wheels spin at sunrise.
Yes, I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, we will keep reading here and try this again next week.
Okay. There we go.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.